on a night where the Rangers were neither. And for the first time this season, they feel the aggravation of adversity. Their first 3-game losing streak of the year, 5-2 the final, Blues over the Rangers. Inside our Delta MSG studios, John Giannone, Henrik Lundqvist, and Steve Valiquette. Hank, you've been on teams that have been as good as the Rangers were through the first half of the season that then had these kind of situations. What goes through a player's mind, and how do you stop it as soon as you can?
Well, I think throughout the season, it's an ongoing process of how do we get better? How do we, obviously, they have the blueprint, how they play the first couple months, so they know what they need to do. But there's so many things that happen throughout the season that changes how you feel and how you perform. And right now, we talked about going into this game. Right now, this time of the year, being in the right place mentally, it is challenging. Yeah. And sometimes it's a little off. But I watched this game, and I think about all the chances they actually had. It was a 2-goal game with, a couple minutes to go, and they could have easily scored 4 or 5 goals in this game. But Binnington really, to me, was the difference in this game.
I think therein lies the problem, though, Hank, right? Because they're so stubborn, they want to be very offensive. Is this an offensive juggernaut type of a team, or do you recognize the situation that you're in coming into this game where your second line does all of your scoring and at 5-on-5, and your first line, they've been struggling to score at 5-on-5, but before the game, you get news that Mika Zibanejad's not available. You're playing against a team in St. Louis that wants to play wide open. Why not clamp it down, shut it down, and make it a quiet game? Instead, watch the first 2 minutes of the first period again. How many chances back and forth? And look, we're in the green room watching, like, hey, boys, buckle up. It's going to be a high-scoring game tonight, because it had that impression early on. And then to start the second period, it's the same thing. I thought maybe the guys would get in the locker room, regroup, relay the message, hey, boys, let's just defend, and we'll transition against these guys. St. Louis, they were giving them the opportunity to get back in the game. For whatever reason, the Rangers talked themselves into thinking they could just, almost by ego of offense, try and play that style.
Yeah, and it was so not indicative of the game when you look at the shots on goal total. 42-19 in favor of the Rangers. That's the third straight game the Rangers have had at least 40 shots on goal. The last time that happened, exactly 16 years ago for the Rangers, back in 2008. Let's begin the reaction in the dressing room with one of the 2 Ranger goal scorers. Here's Adam Fox.
The first, the 3 consecutive penalties early in the second period, team take a little bit of sting out of your game.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I don't know if we love the calls. Right. You're not going to put a game on the refs, obviously, but, like I said, they capitalized on them. We got a power play goal late, so, yeah, I think it kills a little bit of your flow. I think, we were playing well 5-on-5, and takes a little steam out of you for sure.
Well, the good news is, you continue to put a lot of pucks on net. What did you think of the quality of the play and your offensive chances?
Yeah, we had a good amount of zone time, obviously a good amount of shots. Maybe you want to get a few more whacks at rebounds. Obviously you want to say that's how you're going to get goals when, we're getting chances, but they're not necessarily going in. But, you put up 40-plus shots in 3 straight games. Obviously you want, a little better results to show for it, but we're getting looks, and I thought we played a pretty good game.
First time you guys have lost 3 in a row this season. Is there an overarching theme that you're seeing here?
I don't know about theme. I think obviously the first 2 games we were talking about, not necessarily quantity of chances, but quality. I think you're going to give up a few. It's just hockey. Get a few quality chances. Obviously, like I said, in the third, you're kind of pushing a little, a pass that's looking for a one-timer there, and kind of guy gets behind us. But, I think we wanted to limit a bit of the quality chances. I think we did a better job of that. Obviously, like I said, put up 40-plus shots. You hope to get a few more goals. But, I think it was better than, the other losses, but still a loss, so we're obviously not happy with it.
What's the effect of losing Mika, so late in the game?
Yeah, obviously, it hurts. The guy who does a lot for us. But I think we kind of had all year that next man up mentality. I think we've had injuries throughout the year, sicknesses and stuff like that. So, of course, you're going to be missing a guy like that. But, I don't think we're, trying to make an excuse of him not playing.
Adam Fox talking about quality and quantity of shots, 132 shots in the last 3 games, and of 6 possible points gained in the standings, just 1.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about, the second half of the second period, early in the third. The Blues didn't have a shot for 17 minutes. Then they get 1 shot, and it's a goal. So it was also a game where I felt like Blues were getting the bounces. But sometimes you earn them by making good decisions.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this, the chances the Rangers gave up. There were some big opportunities. But again, I felt like the Rangers still had a lot of great opportunities. It was just, to me, Binnington really stepped up for the Blues team.
I don't disagree. I think that you also have to look at, why are the goalies playing well against us? That's what we've seen for at least 2.5 to 3 weeks. Every goalie that's played against the Rangers during that span has outperformed what is the quality and quantity that they're facing. So are we getting enough screens? Are we getting enough rebounds? Are we getting enough of the big chances? They're certainly getting a lot of shots. And are we getting most of these when the game's kind of getting out of reach? Because that's what I'm seeing. When they're getting down, they're able to come back, get lots of good looks, get lots of chances, so that number elevates the overall. But again, don't forget, when did the game matter most? It mattered most to me first period, first 10 minutes of the second period. And it was pretty even during that time. And look, you start the second period, what did the Rangers give up? They gave up 3 east to west against. The third one became the goal, which was the Kyrou on the power play goal. So that's where I'm wondering, how are we doing here?
Yeah.
From a coach's, the players love offense. The coaches, that's the perspective I'd be coming from, defense.
Oftentimes when you see a team outshoot another team by that margin, it means that team was down by multiple goals and was being given a lot of opportunity by a team protecting a larger lead. We talked in the pregame about the one part of the Blues game that could be most dangerous against Igor Shesterkin and the Rangers tonight, and it was represented by one man, and that's Jordan Kyrou, who's our Jersey Mike sub-above player for the night. Kyrou came into the game with goals in only 7 games, only 9 on the year. He had 3 in the first 2 periods.
And it was 3 off the rush. And that's where you're looking for the pushback from the Rangers, which would be the back check. So the goal that is really an off the rush, cut back at the wall, Lindgren has to back up and give the blue line because the back pressure wasn't on top of them. And then they're able to hit the second wave after a cutback. That's Kyrou's first goal. Goal number 2, it's a power play goal, but it's off the rush. They challenged off the rush. This is only the 3rd rush goal the Rangers have allowed on their penalty kill. Goal number 4 is Kyrou's 3rd goal, and it's a wide open breakaway. But by this point in the game, you're in the 3rd period and it's pretty wide open. So I get it, you're trying to push and go and get offense. But at the end of the day, that's 3 rush goals against in a hockey game.
To me, it's just, you watch this game, you watch Kyrou play, only 9 goals going into this game. That's shocking to me. I mean, he looked really good. How many shots did he end the game with? 7, 8 shots
and
on
the
net.
team only had 19.
Yes.
Yeah, so he had 7.
And it was not just shots from the blue line. It was
Chances.
actually great opportunities. And the way he was skating, it surprised me that he only had 9 goals going into this
They only
game.
really had a line, too. Let's not forget that. Like, on the negative side, I'm sure the Rangers are upset that it was one line, Thomas, Kyrou, Buchnevich, that beat them in this game.
Yeah.
So, again, I know the players love offense. I know it. Goaltenders, we'd like to see defense, but moreover from the coaching staff and the longevity of the season to get things going again, you want to see them defend first. And I thought that if they would have defended first in this game, they could have had the transition going in their favor with really good chances. Didn't go that way.
Yeah, Rangers now with 3 straight losses for the first time this year. 4 losses in their last 5 games, so some figuring out to do before a home-and-home against the Capitals this weekend.